Hi, I'm Elmer and I'm from UCSI University, and currently I'm taking diploma in architecture, and I will show you my design studio project, which is a home office. And let me share my screen. And this is my home office, which is the Willow. And the Willow is a home office which are specially designed just for my client, who is Evgeny Kissin. And the concept, the design principle, or the design thing is all based on his personality and his music. And in another word, the house is exclusive for him. And move on. And the reason why I choosing the name called the Willow is because there's a word called the wind in the willow set in England. It celebrates an idyllic rural way of life and also showing out the peaceful and captivating scenery of nature, which is suitable for my house, who is also surrounded by nature. And also I want to bring out the sense of peaceful and captivating scenery of nature. Yeah, and this is my client. He is a Russian pianist who is called Evgeny Kissin, and he's 59 years old, and he's a pianist prodigy. And the special of him is his character. He got a restrained behavior, and also he living in an introverted lifestyle, and most importantly, he's a romantic person. He like to play a lot of romantic music, and which lead me to my concept, romantic. And because my client like to play romantic music, and romantic music have an elongated phrase in it, which means the note is more longer. And so I designed my house to be longer to express the music sense of him. And also romantic have elegant feature. And elegant can be expressed with succinct and simple. And to achieve succinct and simple, I make my house spatial organization to be linear form. But instead of just a straight line to create a boxy thing, I make it void and solid to show the speciality of every spaces. And my design principle is hierarchy and symmetry. And move on to my idea board. And I want to have a glass wall in my living room. A glass wall can bring a feeling of clean and neatness, which is related back to my concept. And then it also creates a sense of bigger space. When we see through outside from inside, we can feel that the space is much more bigger. Yeah. And the next one will be internal courtyard. I want to have an internal courtyard in the middle of my house. This also related back to my design principle hierarchy to act as a special place for my house, and also act as a heart of my house. And because my client like to playing piano nearest to his heart, it's one of his unique playing style. So I'm placing a piano inside my internal courtyard. To one of the reason is also because of his unique playing style, and another one is because my client like nature. He get inspired by nature a lot, so I make him play in a nature environment and to get more inspiration. And the next one will be my working studio. I want to have a moving curtain wall. The idea from it is from grand piano cover. The function of the cover is to control the volume. When the cover is open, it make the sound more. It make the volume bigger, which the sound can go all around the side. And when it's closed, the volume will be just normal. So the reason why I'm making this is because even though my client is an introvert, but when it comes to performing, he like to have more audience listen to his music. Yeah. So I make it the curtain wall movable is to control the volume. When the wall is open, the sound can go all around the side. The people nearby will be able to listen to his music. And when it closed, it can act as a private room for my client. And move on to my side response. Consider that my house is facing south. It will be hot at the morning and also the noon. So I come up with two solutions. One is the fish pond and another is the garden. And they are all placing at the south of the house. The first one will be the fish pond. a fish pond can reduce the temperature by water evaporating. And the next one will be garden. The garden can blocking more direct sunlight into my house to create more shade, to get more shade for my house, and also it can reduce the greenhouse effect, and also both of them not only to um, reduce the heat, it also enhance the view of my house. It create more fascinating view when we see through when we see through outside. We can saw a fish pond, we can saw garden, and a lot of fascinating view. And then another thing is my working studio, because my working studio is facing east, and it will be hot at the morning because our sun rise at the east. So I come up with a solution that I extend the side wall and also the roof to be longer to create the shade for my room. Yeah, and this to blocking more direct sunlight get into my working studio lah. And then move on to my bubble diagram. And because our site, the top part of our site is more private and the bottom part is more public. And my bubble diagram is related back to my site. As you can see, the red one is private and the blue one is public. And my red one, I mean, the private area will be at the top part of my house and the public area will be at the bottom of the house. So it's related back to my site lah. It's same as my site. And this is my criteria matrix, and it show every space connection. And the total space using for my house is 118 square meter. And move on to my space planning. This show every dimension of each space. Yeah. And then move on to my plan. And my house is located in Kuala Lumpur, and this is my location plan. The blue one is the pathway to access to my house, and the red one is the house now. And this is my site plan. It show the path of my sun and also the path of the wind. Yeah. And then move on to my plan. And this is my ground floor plan. This is the entrance and living room. And then this is my first floor, which is my working studio. And because my working studio is only for my client, it's a private room just for my client. So I make it everything just for my client, because my client like to explore a lot of things. He like to writing. He also like to reading, like writing poem or reading at a lot of fictional book. So I make it an area for him to reading and writing, and also a area for him to performing, and a bed for him. This because if my client get tired, he can just directly go to rest, and when he wake up, he can directly go to playing piano. Yeah. And then move on to my section. This is my section X, and this is my section Y, and this is my elevation. Everything is still properly. And this front elevation, the back, this is the kitchen, and this is the left elevation, which is the main, my house mainly facing. Yeah. And this the back, the right elevation, the back of the elevation. And this is my construction detail. And this is my internal courtyard. The dimension will be 4 meters. Everything is just drawing in detail. And my working studio, and is 7.4 meters. And this is the overall of my house. Everything is just got dimension and everything is in detail. And this is my 3D perspective of my exterior of my house. And this is my interior. This is the internal courtyard, and which you can see the piano is in here. And this is my working studio. Yeah. And then this is my overall board. And that's all for me. Thank you for listening.